Are you tired of studying hard, only to forget everything as soon as the exam is over? You're not alone. Many students face this frustrating problem, but the good news is that there are proven strategies to help you study once and remember forever. In this video, you'll discover the 3 R's of memory, the science behind forgetting, and the most effective study techniques to lock in information for the long term. The 3 R's of memory: record, retain, retrieve. Understanding how memory works is the first step towards studying smarter. The 3 R's, recording, retaining, and retrieving, form the foundation of effective learning. Recording. This is the process of taking in new information. When you study, your brain encodes the material, but the depth of that encoding depends on your focus and attention. The more engaged you are, the stronger the memory will be. Retaining. Once information enters your brain, it needs to be stored effectively. This is where many students struggle because new information competes with existing memories. To retain knowledge long-term, you need to create meaningful connections and associations. Retrieving. The ability to recall information when you need it is crucial for exams and practical applications. The more you practice retrieving knowledge, the easier it becomes to recall it in the future. The science of forgetting. German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered the forgetting curve, which shows how quickly we lose newly learned information. Within 24 hours, we can forget up to 70% of what we've studied, and after a week, that number can rise to 90% if we don't review the material. This is why last-minute cramming rarely works. Information fades too fast. But don't worry, there are powerful techniques to counteract the forgetting curve and ensure that what you study stays with you. How to study smarter and retain more. 1. Understand, don't just memorize. One of the biggest mistakes students make is trying to memorize information without understanding it. Rote memorization might help short-term, but it won't stick in your brain for weeks, months, or years. Instead, focus on grasping the core concepts. Ask yourself, how does this information connect to what I already know? What are the main takeaways? How can I apply this in real life? When you engage deeply with the material, your brain forms strong neural pathways, making recall easier and more natural. 2. Study when you're most alert. Your brain has peak performance times based on your natural rhythm. Some people are more focused in the morning, while others do better in the evening. Identify your most productive hours and schedule your study sessions during that time. Avoid forcing yourself to learn when you're tired or distracted. Your retention rate will suffer. 3. Teach someone else. Teaching is one of the most effective ways to solidify knowledge. When you explain a concept to someone else, you process the information at a deeper level, reinforce key ideas, and identify gaps in your understanding. If you don't have a study partner, try recording yourself explaining the material or writing a study guide as if you were preparing a lesson. This technique engages active recall, making your learning far more effective. Proven study techniques for long-term retention. Active recall. Instead of passively rereading notes, cover the material and try to recall key points from memory. This strengthens neural pathways and boosts retention. Spaced repetition. Spread out your study sessions over several days instead of cramming in one long session. Revisiting information at intervals strengthens memory over time. Interleaving. Mix up different subjects or topics instead of studying them in blocks. This approach forces your brain to work harder, making learning more effective. Elaboration. Explain new concepts in your own words and connect them to existing knowledge. The more meaningful the information, the better you'll remember it. Mind mapping. Create visual diagrams of key concepts to engage your spatial memory. Your brain retains images and connections better than plain text, making this a powerful study tool. By applying these strategies, you'll transform the way you learn. No more cramming and forgetting, just effective, long-lasting retention. Try these techniques and see the difference for yourself. Don't forget to subscribe for more study and productivity hacks.